Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new One Piece manga 673 prediction. Great chapter of One Piece this week. After like a 1 week break, we had a couple of different developing things going on this week's chapter. One, we had a new character introduced named Virgo, which seems pretty OP. I thought he was gonna actually be Vegapunk at first before this chapter actually came out, but it turns out he's not. And I'm not actually disappointed with that because he seems like a pretty cool character as far as his character design goes, and his abilities seem pretty crazy. So I want to know more about him and why he actually made his appearance in front of the law in this week's chapter. Also, I'm kind of wondering as far as how Caesar Clown how he took out Luffy, because Luffy, Frankie, Smoker, all of them are just like laid out, and we have no idea why or how he actually did it, because again, Luffy's immune to poison. So I'm wondering if maybe he had something else he put inside of his poison that makes it so that he can at least like put people to sleep or something, or maybe he can create some kind of sleeping gas in order to knock people out. And also another thing that we got in this week's chapter is, of course, we finally know the name of the samurai. His name is Firefox Kinemon, I believe. And of course, Sanji went ahead, saved his body, and like in the nick of time, had a little comedy in a sense with that. He's talking about he didn't want to put any stress on Nami's body, and he ended up using Blue Walk to save the torso, but we end up seeing him, and we see they end up getting surrounded by the slime, and then we see Firefox Kinemon. He actually is able to create flames with his sword, so he ends up like cutting the slime and creating flames around it and blowing up all the slime. But actually, the great thing about his ability is he can even cut through flames, any flame. So that ends up at the end of the chapter actually sparking Zoro's interest to actually want to join up and team up with him to help him save his son. So, of course, you can never go wrong with Zoro. Zoro's my favorite character, so I'm glad. I want to see, maybe Zoro will learn a thing or two from him, or maybe even this guy will join up with the Straw Hats at some point or another. Obviously he was brought into this arc for a reason, so this could lead to maybe them going to Wano Kuni or a bunch of different things. As for what I think is going to happen next chapter, though, I think we're going to actually see, probably Luffy and like them getting chained up by Caesar Clown with the sea stone stuff. And what I think is going to end up happening in the future is probably seeing like Zoro and Firefox Kune. They're probably going to have to go save the rest of the Straw Hats in order to like break them free of their sea stone shackles. So I could see something like along those lines happening. Especially since he could just probably just cut through them. Both of them could, Zoro and Firefox Kinemon. I'm also wondering as far as what Virgo is going to do. Is he going to approach the Straw Hats, anytime while he's on this island? And again, I want to know why he's doing what he does, and if he has a connection to Joker in any kind of way. And I want to know who this Joker guy is, because honestly, I do think if if this guy does have a connection to anybody, it probably is Joker. Like as far as Virgo goes. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this week's chapter, guys. So please let me know what you guys thought about this week's chapter. So if you liked it, please put a thumbs up. If you didn't like this week's chapter, you didn't like my thoughts on the chapter, or what I should be saying, you can put a thumbs down. It's your choice, guys. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. You like keeping up with my videos. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.